student. Center, number 10, Braden Nibby. Right wing, number 19, Sam Kurakowski. And now is the starting unit for your RPI engineers. In goal, number 33, Austin Entry. Left defense, number 20, Mike Bibby. Right defense, number 5, Chris Zaberdas. Left wing, number 8, Kyle Duvall. Center, number 15, Louis Olivieri. And right wing, number 24, Adam Hennick. But before we begin, please stand and remove your caps as we play the national anthems of Canada and the U.S.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Houston Fieldhouse for tonight's ACHA game between the Saints of Siena College and the RPI Engineers. These two teams met last night, and it was turning into a big rivalry in the region for ACHA Division II hockey. It's RPI in their home whites with the RPI crest in the middle, and it's an early 2-on-1 chance here for Siena down low. Centering pass, loose in the crease, and it's underneath bodies. Still no whistle, and we finally get a cover. Austin Egri has been tested very early on. He hit that left leg, along the goal line and kept that one out. A tremendous save from Egri, who comes in with great numbers. He is a sophomore, computer science major, and he is here. He has 3-1 record of RPI's 4-2 mark as a shot comes in wide from the Saints. RPI winning last night 4-2 in Albany. But it's the Saints who have the early jump here as Graydon Naimi, 6'3" from New Hartford, New York, with an early chance on goal. Flip back out to center, and back to regather is Bryce Daly. Looking to cycle are the Engineers now. Tanner Richardson played D last year, but he's on this forward line with Jordan Smith and Sam Mannion. As RPI looks to cycle, it's Richardson out of the corner for Mannion. And that's broken up and carried to center. 2-on-2 chance led by Graydon Naimi, and he is denied by an offside whistle. Fast pace to this one early on. A little over a minute into the game, no score, RPI and Siena. As I mentioned, these two teams met last night. Engineers took a 3-0 lead in the game before Siena came roaring back with a big second period. There were 4 total goals scored in the second, 2 of them by RPI, as I mentioned, from Adam Hennick and Sam Mannion to make it a 3-0 game, but then 2 goals, one at 9:01 of the second from Steven Schumann, and then one at 14:33 of the second from Ryan Sweeney, and then we get a whistle here. And maybe a hand pass. I believe that is the call. 18:31 on the clock, first period, no score. And my computer just blue screened right in front of me. That is fantastic. Anyway, we'll move on here, as it's Kyle DeVault trying to work it up the wall for the Engineers. Indirect pass out to center and a good outlet. Here comes Olivieri on the backhand. He put it wide. Louis Olivieri, the team's leading scorer, nearly gave him the lead there. There's a shot from the point from Josh Hewitt. High off the glass in the corner. DeVault tried to backhand it out in front. It was stolen away by William Thorpe. And now Thorpe on it back for the Saints. He'll try to ring it out near side. It gets all the way down past Rooney, and it rolls wide of the goal. They're going to call this icing, although it took a very odd route. It hit off the near wall and went up on edge and rolled all the way out the far corner, but it crossed the line in time, say the officials today. So I had all my stats up, had everything ready to go, and then get a sideways smiley face from, or sideways frowny face, whatever you want to call it, from my laptop. Okay. I had some delicious food, at least most of it, before this one started. RPI women's hockey was in action today. That was where I spent my afternoon here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Why not stick around for some ACHA hockey as well? Rooney behind the goal does battle with Drew Guerrero. And now we get a whistle here and another hand pass, as Martin McGruden was setting up for the one-timer in the slot. It will have to wait. 2.5 minutes into the first period. Saints have it in the neutral zone. Shot in wide of Egri. Rooney throws his little bit of a hip check in his man. Nat Foster comes away with it for RPI. Scooped up the wall. Shot right back in by Bryce Frazier of Siena. And now Hewitt high off the boards, gets it to center ice. Glove down by Diotavelli. And it's Michael Diotavelli. Shot in from center. Egri covered it for a second, then he lifted the glove and elects to smother. RPI, as I mentioned, they're 4-2 on the year, including last night's win over these Saints. 3-1 at home. They've played a good number of home games so far. This being their 5th out of 7. Siena 2-4 on the season. As this puck is scooped by RPI to center ice. Bryce Daly shoots it right back in. Stopped there by Egri. Wrapped around by Mike Bibby. No relation to the Sacramento Kings point guard. Of course, it's spelled differently as well. There's a centering pass broken up. I found some humor in that at least. Puck in the circle. Mannion steals it away, and he takes a shot, and the save is made by Davis. Good reaction save with the right hand with the blocker to deny Mannion of the goal. As it's worked out by Jordan Smith. Shot right back in by Leighton Naimi, the Naimi brothers from the Siena squad. Picked up by Richardson, trying to move it out far side, knocked down by a stick. There's a couple of players tied up behind the RPI goal, but play goes on the other way. Shot by Smith, blocked. And now the Saints have it once more. Winged out to center behind the intended target. He was looking for Kuratowski. Here's Olivieri for RPI. Trying to feed it all the way down the ice. Goes by Hennick. They say he didn't touch it. And we'll have a stoppage in play. 15:33 to go in the first. No score. Shot around to the far wall. Here comes Hennick. Into the zone. Here's a shot and a save. Rebound pops high in the air. And it comes free to the circle. Skated out to center. This is Steven Schumann. He had a goal last night. Has a rip. And it goes off a Rooney stick and out of play. Some good energy we've seen so far from the Saints. As we get a whistle and a draw to the left of Egri. Rooney lost the edge on one of his skates, but stays on his feet to work the puck around to the near side. Here's Kyle DeVault. Through center, puck goes in deep. First one to it is Gavin Bickford from Cross Lake, Minnesota. Don't see a lot of Minnesota kids out this way playing ACHA hockey, but you know, RPI has some who have traveled some distance to come play here as well. Side of the cage, rebound, still loose there. It's picked up again, a wrister, and that one's blocked away from William Zeman. Will Zeman, a freshman, had a chance there. Kind of picked that one out of a pile, but luckily for Siena, Jared Davis was there to make the stop. Some good back and forth, though, I will say, early on in this game. Exactly what you'd expect from these ACHA games, which tend to be a little more wide open than games played in the NCAA. And that one is covered by the blocker hand of Egri. Wasn't going to tell you his numbers, but as I mentioned, having a little bit of technical difficulty. We will get through that, though, together. Yes, I would like to restore my tabs. Thank you very much. Puck at the side of the RPI cage. Shot over the top. It was just kind of swiped at by McGruden. And he got enough of it, put it over the top of the net. Maybe too much. He battles now along the far boards. Wrapped around near side by Bibby. Makes it as far as the point, and now it's carried out to center ice by Will Zeman. Zeman shoots it in off the far glass. Tracked down there by Leighton Naimi. And now carried out to center ice. That's McCrudden again. Slammed in from center, wide of the RPI goal. Back to pick it up is Piper Holman, freshman defenseman, 6'3", 160. Siena fans enjoying the hit that was thrown along the boards. Mannion now takes a bump. Centering pass all the way through Richardson. It was Jordan Smith looking to send that one into the slot. Still loose there. Smith on the backhand put it wide, helped to the corner by the goalie stick of Jared Davis. Richardson with a hit. Shot around, pinching in along the boards was Bibby. Now Richardson. Dueling in the corner with Michael Betts out of South Glens Falls, just up I-87. And now the Saints enter the zone with a 3-on-3. I think it's bottled up at the half wall, and now Mannion back the other direction. Sam Mannion on the stick handle, pops away from him. Richardson, a drive, he scores! A goal for Tanner Richardson, and the Engineers are on the board. It wasn't a pass from Mannion, but it counts just the same as the puck was sent right across the top of the slot area. And Richardson was there to bang it home. The goal for Richardson is the first of the season for him. The converted defenseman has the Engineers in the lead with 12:14 left in this first period. So 1-0 RPI lead. Remember, they had a 3-0 lead last night in Albany. They're right now giving an assist to Mannion, although I think that came off the defenseman's stick. Here, another chance to work it in. It's Olivieri, or excuse me, DeVault on his backhand. That one was turned away by Davis. So the Saints had the better of the early play in this period, but midway through is an offside here. Couldn't quite hold the line. That was number 15, Stephen Schumann from Andover, New Jersey. If Mannion does pick up the assist, it's his first of the season. RPI leading at 1-0. Some discussion here. I think they're going to... I'm not quite sure what they're talking about. There's a 3-referee system. And they're going to call it intentional offside. Well, no, that would send it all the way back. Couldn't quite tell you why the face-off's here, but it won't matter in a few moments. Either way, it's a neutralized draw. 11:42 on the clock, first period. 1-0 RPI, and a goal by Tanner Richardson. Stolen away, DeVault on the wraparound, a save. Rebound loose between the circles, and it's carried out to center by Guerrero. Drew Guerrero into the zone. On his backhand, looks to turn it around, throws it in front, picked away and cleared out to center ice. Nicely by Hewitt, who was camped out right in front of the RPI cage. Now Olivieri into the offensive zone. 11 points leads the team. Now DeVault lines up a slapper and he scores off the post. 2-0 RPI. As you don't see a lot of slap shots from that end of the area of the ice, but here you do. And it's DeVault with his 6th goal of the year. Second on the team, only to Olivieri in that department. It's 2-0 RPI. The Engineers have the jump on the Saints here once again. As it's DeVault scoring. And now we get a penalty coming up here to boot. So insult to injury for Siena as they're down 2-0, and now they'll go on the penalty kill for the first time. RPI scoring at 7:36 and 8:52 of this opening period to take a 2-0 lead. The second of which rang off the pipe. Excuse me, 8:46 the time of the second goal. Want to be accurate there. I was right the first time. What am I doing? Here is the transfer, actually a grad student here. And that's Chris Saverdis. Played Division I ACHA hockey at Stony Brook. There's a hop off the Zamboni door, and Sam Mannion takes advantage. 3-0. A power play goal, as that is what you call home ice advantage at its finest. Sam Mannion had that puck pop right off where the Zamboni enters on the ice. And they don't come any easier than that. You can actually credit an assist to the Zamboni door there, as that was perfectly placed onto the tape of Mannion, who's, you can see him chuckling about it now. Unreal. Power play goal for RPI. Hewitt picks up the actual assist. Don't actually, if you're scoring at home, don't credit the Zamboni door. Not on the ice, but Hewitt picks up the lone assist on Mannion's 5th goal of the season. So RPI scoring 26 seconds apart, once on the power play. Shot, where'd it go? I don't know. Disappearing puck with 10:28 left in the first. RPI has jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Saints have it from behind their own goal. We're 5 aside now, as we're coming up on the halfway point of this first period. Goals from Richardson, DeVault, and Mannion, and now we get an RPI penalty. It's going to be a trip. First power play opportunity for the Saints. RPI 1 for 1. Saints with a chance, actually a 2-man advantage. There's 2 engineers in the box. Must have missed one earlier. So shot over the top of the net. Drew Guerrero, this is actually count as 2 chances for Siena. One of them, they're separated by about 30 seconds, as RPI must have already taken one right after the goal. Now we get a whistle coming up here. They're going to call a slash on Siena. That'll get rid of one of the power plays. And this is what, if you watch a lot of ACHA hockey, you're used to. Glad we're not having to score this one. I don't. That'll get rid of one of the Siena power plays. We'll have 4-on-4 hockey for a minute 1. Or excuse me, it's 4-on-3 for a minute 1. Then another power play for Siena. Their second one will end. And then RPI will have a very short 25, 26-second power play at the end of things. That's how it should shake out. Here's Brett Giroux into the zone, takes a hit from Olivieri, and Olivieri clears, and he gets bumped again. It's getting a little bit chippy out here, and it's kind of early for that. We're only halfway through the first period. He had a 5-10 last night in Albany. Chris Zaverdis was the culprit. He was ejected from the game with about 9 minutes left in it. RPI survived, or excuse me, in the second period, RPI survived the penalty. That one's backhanded onto the ice. Off the ice, out of play. No, it's 5-10, excuse me, came in the third period. So, sorry for the misinformation there. Austin Egri had 35 saves last night. He has great numbers. I was going to tell you those before the issues here. 3-1 record, 2-0-0 goals against, and a .933 save percentage for him. Jared Davis has all of the games of record for the Saints as they look to clear. We got another penalty coming up. It's going to be a hook, I think. We're going to find out in a moment anyway. 8:28 left. They're going to get Michael Diotavelli for, I missed it. Hooking, I'm right. This will turn into another power play chance for RPI eventually. In fact, here it is. Well, not quite yet. They're having some trouble with the penalty board. It is 4-on-3 for RPI, so it is a power play. Here's Hewitt, who catches the clearing effort with his glove. RPI will set things up on the near side of the zone. Zaverdis, a slapper. That one's blocked. Mannion, they score. Richardson on the rebound. A power play goal, and it's 4-0. Good passing. They get the shot from Zaverdis. And then Mannion. And then it's Richardson with the second of the game and of the year. All coming at 11:44. 4-0 RPI. 2 power play goals in the period. One of these Saints is out of the box now, so I believe we're even. Well, they're letting Diavitelli out of the box now. I'll tell you what's happening in a second if I can figure it out. Yeah, I think someone has to go back in the box. That's what it comes down to. Well, I have plenty of scoring to run down at the end of the period. RPI 2 for 2 on the power play. The Saints 0 for 2. Out of all of this. Saints power play. Officially their third. Or we're 4-on-4. If you're confused, so am I. Anyway, 8 minutes to go in the first. It's 4-0 RPI. Now a breakaway pass here for DeVault just out of the box. Moving in, he scores! Kyle DeVault on the outlet feed. I don't know who it was, but I'll tell you in a minute. Second goal of the game for DeVault. And at 12:06 of the first, it is, and we got a goalie change. New goalie is number 1, Paul Pizzatola. 6'11" from New York City. Goodness gracious. All right, so we get a chance to see Pizzatola. He's a lefty catch, and I believe, I'll tell you if he's played before. He's played in 2 games so far, both in relief. An 882 goals against and a 771 save percentage, so we might be in for some more fireworks here. 5-0 RPI with 7.5 to go in the first period. Oh my. Saints work it up to center and dump it in, and throwing a hit there away from the play. It's going to be a penalty. It's going to go on Bibby. It's going to be interference. Absolutely. It's an easy call. It'll be the third Siena power play. We'll just call it that for now. Power play for Siena. And they're in need of something, as RPI has blitzed these Saints to the tune of a 5-0 lead with 7 minutes to go in the period. There's a backhander into the pads, and the net comes off. It looked like Egri had the seal on that near post, and he'll hold on to it there. There's some singing going on, and I'm not sure what it's about in the crowd. Saints fans trying to get excited. Need their skating counterparts to do something to help. Left behind the net by the 6'11" Pizzatola. At a certain point, I think your height has to become a detriment. I know you like to have tall goalies, but I think it kind of maxes out maybe at 6'6". I don't know if you want to be taller than 6'6" and play goalie. Certainly has not stopped him. It's got to be tough to cover the bottom of the net. Richardson flips it out to center. It's gloved down by Guerrero. He'll fire an outlet pass for Schumann. Into the attack. Shot by Schumann. Deflects over the top of the net. Still 47 seconds left on this Siena power play. They'll try and set things up here. Guerrero to the far point for Thorpe. Back up top, and Thorpe can't keep it in the zone. Then the pass goes through the legs of Guerrero, and now the Engineers shorthanded. Olivieri, a drive, and a save is made. He's trying to play it, but there's no one to give it to. Good stop there by Pizzatola, and he will hold on to it there. As I mentioned, just the third game for Pizzatola, all in relief of Davis. He has no record. Get you the official scoring on that last RPI goal. Right now I just have the breakaway from Duvall. I know he got an outlet pass from somebody. Good hit along the boards by Zaverdis. McCrudden off the wall to center. Engineers have it now. Nick Watkins to center ice. He'll dump it in. First one to it is Dio Tovelli. Richardson on his backhand looking for a hat trick. Put it wide. Richardson came into today's play without a goal through the first 6 games, and he's got 2 already here in the first period. Here he is again. Richardson centering pass right in. They put it wide. What a chance there for Jordan Smith. Had a lot of net to shoot at, but he just pulled it wide right of the goal. This one picked up by the Engineers. It's Duvall. Passed it near side for a teammate that was going off on a change. That was Smith. Would have been his first ACHA goal if Smith would have been able to convert there. Does have 1 assist so far this year. There's a centering pass, comes all the way through to Hennick, and he'll scoop it high in the air and out of play. Drawing the whistle. Hennick, a grad student out of Montreal, Quebec. Played a year of D3 NCAA hockey at New England College before coming over to RPI. He is the captain for the 2016-17 season. We get a whistle here, and I'm not sure what for. Maybe a penalty. He's pointing at somebody. Saints fans are trying to get behind the club here. They're going to get Olivieri for something. It's going to be a hold on the draw. He's calling them both for holding. And a hook. Matching minors here to Graydon Naimi of Siena and Louis Olivieri of RPI with 3:53 left in the first period. It's 5-0 Engineers. It's not a typo on the top of the screen. RPI 2 power play goals here in the period. He scored 3 goals less than 3 minutes apart in the frame to jump from 2-0 to 5-0. Here's DeVault. Stick handling, he'll carry it back out to center. Shot in by the Saints. Back to pick it up is Kevin Wylot, freshman for RPI out of San Diego, California. Rooney got his stick tied up with Giroux. Rooney once more, spinning away from Giroux. They both go down. Now Hennick across for Wylot. Wylot on further for Hennick. Stick handling through center ice. On further, William Thorpe from Malta here for Siena takes a look around. He'll backhand it to the far side. 2:55 left in the first. About a minute left in the power play. Shot out to center. Corralled there by Bibby. Up ahead, DeVault has Mannion going to the net. Finds him. Backhander put wide by Mannion. And we get a whistle. Net came off. Stoppage in play. Decent sized crowd here. At least half Siena fans wearing green and gold. Hoping to see something a little bit different. It was a tight game yesterday. 3-2 in the third before RPI added the late insurance goal from David Woolman. To the point. Sprawled out there was Leighton Naimi. He was knocked down by Mannion, who lost his glove in the process. Back up top to the point. Naimi just shoots it right back into the corner. Wraps around behind the goal. Hit thrown there by Zaverdis. Still playing 4-on-4, but it looks like a Siena power play. Skips in towards goal. Swatting at it. Now trying to cover is Egri, and he does. And we get some pushing and shoving after the stoppage. Some frustration, of course, from the Siena club. He's in a pretty big hole. Although, I want to remind you, it is still very early. And hockey, especially ACHA hockey, a game of momentum swings. And if Siena can get a goal or two, this will turn into a little bit of a different game. Now, Dave Hunter, a winger out of Clifton Park here in the Capital Region, is getting a talking to from one of our officials. He'll head back to the bench here. Probably has the longest hair. He just beats out Sam Mannion, I think, for the longest hair in this game. I'm guessing that's not what the conversation was about. Zeman back for Hewitt. Back to Rooney, a big hit at center ice. That'll get some of the fans fired up here. Both players out of the box as it's carried into the RPI zone. Taking a hit was Graydon Naimi, I beg your pardon. Keeps on trucking. Now he gets roughed up by Hewitt. And now Olivieri gets hit hard along the boards. Bodies are flying now. Shot right on. Save made by Egri. And we get a whistle even before the cover-up, I think. Not wanting anything to kind of boil over here. Stick handling is Bibby. Backhand saucer pass for DeVault. He'll spin around at the wall and then just throw it out to center ice. Shot right back in, but there was a Saint over the line, so they have to wait for him to touch up. Now they do. That allows the Engineers to regather. DeVault. Pass behind Hennick. Can't catch it on the other side as it came off the wall. Touch through center, looking for Thorpe. That's broken up. And now Bibby has it once more for the Engineers. Mike Bibby out of Burlington, Massachusetts. 6 foot, 180-pound freshman defenseman. Very good puck mover. He's helped out the blue line right away. Shot comes from the point, hit a skate. And the try by Holman. Another one thrown into the mixer. Gets kicked behind the goal and off the base of the net towards the point. Bibby across for Holman. And we get a whistle here and a man in the crease, I think. Yeah, well, they're going to get a penalty out of it. Go figure. 28.9 seconds to go in the period, and we're going to have a penalty coming up. Interference is the call. Looks like it's against RPI. DeVault looking a little bit starry-eyed here, but they're going to put him in the box. I believe this is the 4th power play chance here for Siena. This power play will carry over. Adam Hennick, the captain, having a longer chat with our referee. We'll call him Dickinson. That's what it says at his back anyway. Worked up the wall by Gannon into the corner. Thorpe digging for it. Now Gannon once more. Brendan Gannon out of Williston, Vermont. In the corner with it. To the point. Now to the near point. It's Diodavelli. Shot over the top of the net. Hewitt slaps it further into the corner. And it'll do it for the period. 5 goals for the Engineers, which started at 7:36 of the period. They're all scored in a very short period of time. Richardson from Mannion, then DeVault from Hennick, then Mannion from Hewitt, and Richardson on the power play from Mannion and Zaverdis, and then it was DeVault again to cap the scoring so far. We'll have all the stats when we start the second period. Your score after one is RPI 5 and Siena nothing. You're watching RPI ACHA hockey on RPI TV. Ready to go here in the second period, RPI and Siena. It's a 5-0 RPI lead. 13 shots for RPI in the first period, 8 for the Saints. So RPI 2 for 2 on the power play, Siena 0 for 4. And we are underway here. Big hit behind the net. Puck worked free by Runyon to the point, and stolen away, and a chance for Mannion to break in. Mannion all alone, shot and a save. Rebound put into the net, but we have a whistle first. Paul Pizzatola back in there for the Saints. Don't have the breakdown of how many shots he saw, but he did not allow a goal in that first period. They were all charged, all scored against Jarrett Davis. Flipped in on the backhand by Louis Olivieri. Played behind the goal now by Siena, out to center ice. Shot over the top of the net by Nat Foster. And now left behind the cage, that's Pizzatola. Glove down by Richardson and carried on by the Saints. Kicked out to center. Richardson will backhand it right back into the zone. Played there by Schumann. Broken up again by Mannion. Mannion walking in, and he's stoned, and the net comes off. Good play by Pizzatola. That's 2 breakaways in the last maybe 30 seconds of game time for Sam Mannion, who is still laughing about something. At least he's having fun. Knocked down at the point by Hewitt. And now it's controlled at center ice. Hewitt again. Tipped along into the offensive zone. And now Hewitt once more slams it in. And they score again. This time it's Will Zeman with the goal, and it's 6-0. This one coming at 2:21 of the second. For Zeman, it's his first ACHA goal in his 7th game. A 6th spot already. Actually, going to give it to Richardson. That's a hat trick. I beg your pardon. So not to Zeman there. It was Richardson with the goal. And now Will First on it for a moment. Kick to the line. And we get a whistle again. 16:58 left in the second. 6-0 Engineers. On the attack, Hennick threw it off a body. Carried in the other way, through the leg move by Guerrero, goes behind the net, gets run into there by Bibby. Kick to the near wall, Hennick chips it towards the line and out to center. Olivieri was about to break in, but it was a good poke check by Bryce Frazier of the Saints to thwart that chance. Michael Betts behind the goal, far side neutral zone. Into the skates of Rooney, just shoots it right back out to center all the way down. This could be icing on RPI. Engineers behind their own goal. Shot high in the air and into the netting. We're going to have a stoppage in play. Behind the net and thrown off the back of the cage. Hewitt trying to get free. Hewitt again through center, right onto the tape of McCrutter. Back to pick it up is Daly, shoots it off the boards out to center. Now Rooney for RPI, backing up into his own zone, scoops it high in the air. Played out of the corner by Leighton Naimi. And now swatted at there. Backhanded on goal, and the save is made, and it's covered by Pizzatola. RPI men's hockey in action. The varsity team is taking on the #1 team in the country, North Dakota, right now. They're leading 1-0. A goal by Evan Tyrannies. That game started after 8 o'clock Eastern time as a shot from center ice knocked down. And now Fanning on a shot. Puck back out to center. It'll be tracked down by Gavin Bickford. It's 6-0 here, RPI over Siena. And we get another whistle. We're going to get something. There's a loose stick out there, and maybe someone want a breather. We'll find out. Maybe there's something going on. Puck behind the goal. Scooped along into RPI's end. Rooney will knock down a bouncing puck and to shoot it right back out to center. Engineers on the kill here for another minute 15. Fifth power play chance for the Saints. Their first of the period. That shot hit his shin pad. Played up the wall. It's bouncing at center ice, so we get a puck played to the high stick. It'll stop things here. A lot of palms up here from the Saints here in this one. Wondering what's going on here. Although they have to be happy with how Paul Pizzatola has played between the pipes. He has allowed the 1 goal, but it can't be faulted too much. Engineers have had a number of breakaways, even here in this period, 7 minutes in. A loose twig is Mannion on the forecheck. Puck all the way down. They'll wave off the icing. It's played by Bibby around to the near point where it's corralled by Diavitelli. Shot, and it's stuck right in front of the crease. Bibby picks it away and just backhands it neatly out to center. Olivieri ties his man up and spins him around. Puck back to the point, a chance to break 2-on-1, although they give it right away. Make it easy for Zaverdis to just fire it right back down the ice. Penalty's over, we're back to 5-a-side, 12 minutes left in the second. 6-0 RPI leading. Carried on to center, into the zone. Daly, that one leaked through, and a second effort from behind the net is turned away by Egri. He's gotten a bit of puck luck today, although hasn't been challenged all that often. Austin Egri done a good job, as I mentioned, this year. Good numbers so far. There's a shot blocked by Zaverdis, and it's back out to center. Couple of Saints need a touch-up. They do. Sassano back in. He'll just dump it in. Egri will leave it at the side of the cage for Bibby, and we get a whistle. And what do we have now? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Puck rolling all the way down. This should be icing. No, they wave it off. Why not? It's a little early to go with the running clock approach from these officials, but maybe they saw something I didn't. Swatted into the offensive zone, and then a bit of a knee hip check there on RPI winger Zeman, trying to avoid the hit. Rooney in the corner. Steps away from the half-hearted check of Hunter as it's out to center ice. Kicked along by Rooney. On for Josh Hewitt, using those long strides to move into the offensive zone. Centering pass across, and a shot over the top of the net from Zeman. Carried on further. Saints into the offensive end. Now Rooney on the move. Pulls it back and takes a shot that deflects behind the cage. Swatted at by Mannion. To the point and out to center. Zaverdis. Richardson, past Mannion down low. Giroux, the first one to it. Backing up in his own zone is Zaverdis. Puck dumped in once again. Shot through center, no, broken up at the line. Kept in nicely by Mannion to find Richardson. Does he have another? Over the top, already a hat trick for Richardson. He came in without a goal this year. He has 3 in the first period and change. He scored 2:21 into the second to complete the hat trick. DeVault throws it off the skate of a teammate, gets it back on his backhand. Save made by Pizzatola. Out to center goes the puck, and it's corralled there by Kuratowski. Hennick in the corner of his own zone. Flips it out to center. That one knocked down by Thorpe. Unorthodox grip on the stick. Doesn't matter. He gets it back into the zone. Hennick spun to the ice. Shot back into the RPI end. Saints need to touch up, and they do. Skipped along off the stick of DeVault to negate the icing. Centering pass, I think, all the way through, yes. Here's Hennick for RPI, scooping it into the far corner. And now a good outlet pass. Here's Gannon on the move. 1-on-4, however, into the attacking zone. Gets it down to the goal line extended. Works it back to the point. Shot coming. Took a hop off a skate. Rebound shot and a save by Egri. Another backhand try never got to him. And it's played to the point. Now Bibby. He gets bumped there by McCrudden. Bibby backhands it through his own legs, but it's picked away and thrown back to the point. There's a wrister save on the blocker by Egri. Another try save on the right pad by Egri. And now DeVault to center with it. Long outlet pass through everybody. A lot of steam on that one. It'll be icing on RPI. 7:36 left in this, the second period. 1 goal so far in the frame, and his RPIs, of course, they lead 6-0. RPI 2 for 2 on the power play. Siena 0 for 5 thus far. Tie up behind the RPI goal. Help to the corner by Piper Holman. Played around back again. Shot up the near boards by David Woolmer. Was Hunter down behind the net. Now he picks it up. Loose outside the crease, and we got a penalty coming up as one of the Saints lost his helmet. That was surely somebody else's fault. 6:45 here to go in the second period. I believe we have another Siena power play coming. Yeah, we will. Power play here for Siena. Puck sits on the dot. Still there. Now pulled away. Now work to the point. Daly gets run into the wall by Mannion. Hewitt lost his stick. Shot went wide from Daly. Karams around to the far point for Diatavelli. Another penalty coming up here. This time will go on the Saints. They'll do it for their power play. It lasted all of 27 seconds. Now we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey. Skated out to center and now moved on further. Here is Graydon Nimey on his backhand. Shot saved by Egri, and he has been good today. It helps when you have a 6-goal lead. Takes a little bit of the pressure off. Shot coming off the pipe. It was wrong off the pipe. I think it was Schumann again. He had a goal last night and nearly had the first Siena goal today. That one one-handed to center by Rooney. Saints, that's as close as they've come to scoring in this game. Absolutely drilled it off the left post. That one shot in from center over the net. Throwing his hands at it was Egri, but that one missed. Here comes Olivieri on the move into the zone. Behind the net. And we get a whistle and a stoppage here. Face-off will come back down to the other end. I believe we have a penalty here. It's going to go on DeVault. Third power play of the period will come up in a moment. For now, we have 4-on-3. They'll go down to 4-on-4 for a little bit. So RPI won't get that power play that they were going to get. Before the penalty to DeVault. Thorpe feeding it down low, looking for the redirect from Fraser. He didn't get there. We're 4-on-4 here before another short power play in about 20 seconds for Siena. Mannion throws a shoulder into his man. Puck comes free to center ice. 2-on-2, even strength for the time being. It's Richardson, rips one. That one's blocked. It caroms to the far wall. Richardson will just slide it around. And it's Foster to pick it up there. Drops it back for Bibby. Another power play here for Siena. They're 8th of the game. They're 0 for 7. Slapped away by Bibby. Now we got another penalty coming up. Who's it on? Looks like Siena. So RPI will eventually get a power play out of this, as Egri was bumped into on his way to the bench. He never actually got there. This has been a bit of a circus here in the second period. That'll negate the rest of this Siena power play, which didn't last very long to begin with here. RPI will have 1:12 of power play time in 48 seconds, barring another penalty. .340 left in the period. Hewitt will backhand it into the offensive zone. We're 4-on-4 here for another 25 seconds. Now we got another penalty coming up. Player dumped in the corner. I think we get matching penalties there. As we have 2:27 to go here in the second. That one hopped off the stick. DeVault tried to carry it with him and lost it. Saints have it at center. It's Dio Tavelli. Olivieri gets drilled up high, and wearing another penalty here. It is the aforementioned Michael Diatavelli going off here for a shouldering, and now better be careful here. Zaverdis went charging towards the Siena bench, and now he's hearing more of it from Ricky Runyon. We still have 22 minutes to play in this game. 6-0. Seems like it's been decided since, I don't know, 12 minutes into the game. It was 5-0 at that point. Engineers have added one here in the second. Richardson completed his hat trick. They're gonna have to sort this out. Well, these Siena fans, they haven't left. That's the good news. There's a whole congressional hearing going on in front of the penalty box. When something actually happens of note, I'll tell you. You're probably seeing everything that you need to see right now anyway. Don't worry, I'm still here. The RPI ACHA Twitter feed just has lots of penalties being assessed to both teams. Details unclear. That's how I feel as well. It looks like, if my math is correct, it's 3-on-3 here, which is probably the most exciting thing that's happened this period. Now it's 4-on-3 with a minute 48 left in the frame. Sam Mannion looking for another shorthanded breakaway. He's had a couple of them in the period. Hasn't scored on either. Someone knows what's going on here. 4-on-3 hockey, and we get a whistle because we haven't played enough continuous hockey in a while. Another penalty. We're running out of players. And we get another meeting of the minds here. It's been a long second period. My power play numbers are probably not accurate anymore, so I'll stop giving them to you. Minute and a half left in the period. Looks like 4-on-3 hockey. Puck kicked at by Olivieri. Can't get it out of the zone. He continues to fight for it there. Played ahead by Pizzatola. I know, worked off of a boot to the far side of the ice. Shot right back in by Olivieri with a minute 12 on the clock. Minute left in this never-ending second. One goal so far in the period. It was scored by Tanner Richards, or excuse me, yeah, by Tanner Richardson at 2:21. And we got an icing here. I guess we were even at the time. I'll take their word for it. Shot again over the top of the net. Nets off with 13.3 left. So we'll have a stoppage there. There's the horn to end the second. We'll be back with the third in just a bit. It's 6-0 RPI over Siena. You're watching RPI ACHA Hockey on RPI TV. Just about set for period number 3, RPI and Siena. And here we go. RPI with a 17-16 edge in shots. Hard to believe, although not a whole lot happened in that second period. Just the one goal that I mentioned, Richardson scoring. 2.5 minutes left on the major penalty for elbowing that went on Piper Holman. So really, if the Saints have any chance of coming back, they need one here, and then they just give it away. Olivieri steals it away and just gets it in deep. DeVault over to Chase. Pizzatola to play it around. He's allowed just the one goal. RPI did only have the 4 shots in the period. 1 went in. So right about at his season goals against average of about 771. Schumann's shot is blocked, tipped to the corner. Nat Foster over, he got knocked down. The puck is cleared all the way down by the Engineers. Swatted around by Wolmer. Picked up by the Saints. Spinning back in his own zone is Steven Schumann. Picked up a goal last night. As I mentioned, it was his second on the season. Jared Davis was a starter for Siena. He was yanked late in that first period after the 5th goal. He came in with a .411 goals against and a .790 save percentage. A couple of jam tries at the far side by Brendan Gannon. They were denied by Egri, who has been solid so far today, turning away all 16 of 17 shots he has faced in this one. Does have 1 shutout on the year, does Egri. It came in the season opener against Vermont here at the Houston Fieldhouse back on September 24th. 2-0 win for RPI in that one. A lot of high-scoring games since then. There's a collision along the near boards. Mannion throwing his weight around. Slammed out by the Engineers. 11 seconds to go in the major penalty. Terrific job by RPI here. Pizzatola slapping his stick to indicate the penalty is about to expire. 3 minutes into the 3rd period, and RPI is back to full strength. Now Olivieri has a man in front. It's DeVault, tries to take a shot and didn't catch it cleanly. Kind of just flipped it towards goal. Now a steal, Olivieri to his backhand, and he can't get the shot away, and he's taken down. The puck's underneath him still. And he lost his stick to boot. Picked up and carried towards center ice. It's Kurothowski skipping one towards the net, caromed off a body and went wide. Zaverdis, and we get a whistle here and a penalty coming up. I think they're going to get Dave Hunter for something after the whistle. Or away from the play. Power play for RPI. Haven't had a whole lot of opportunities. I know they have 2 power play goals. I don't know how many chances they've had. I've lost count ever since the debacle in the second. They scored power play goals at 8:52 of the first and 11:44 of the first. One by DeVault, one by Richardson, the second of his 3 so far this evening. Sam Mannion with a couple assists so far. This power play comes with exactly 16 minutes left in the third period. More discussion here. Alternate captain Brett Rooney is out there talking to the official. We're eventually going to drop the puck here. Rooney off the wall for Mannion. Backhanded down low. Smith poked at by Richardson. Helped behind the net by Mannion before he gets checked. Puck then comes right to Mannion. Is underneath him. Tries to get up, but he's pinned there by Giroux. Back to the point. Through a screen, it was Hewitt. That one went wide. Loose puck in the circle. Still, oh, it was a major penalty on the Saints, so a little over 4 minutes left in that. Hennick. And a man in front of Olivieri elects to not pass it off there. He can be patient here with the long power play. Shot and a save there. Hennick went to pick it up. Cross ice feed. Richardson looking for 4. That one took a deflection to the far side. Good keep there by Hewitt. He wrists one towards goal, skips behind the cage. Shot around to the far point, knocked on by the skate of Hewitt. Works it to the corner from Mannion. Mannion fires it through the crease, nobody home. Still 2 minutes to go on the 5-minute major penalty. This is an icing on RPI in the power play. Hewitt up ahead for Wolmer into the offensive zone. Wolmer again takes a bit of a shot in the back of the head. Clearing effort past Rooney all the way down. That'll eat up some more of this major penalty time on the Saints. Now Egri kind of indecisive behind the net. He's able to get it far enough away or it won't matter. To the far side, half wall. Penalty about to expire. Puck's out of play. Where is it? 10:28 to go. 6-0 is the RPI lead. Defensive zone face-off win. Here's Bibby. Gets another stick on it. Bibby again to the far wall. Here's Hennick. Has a man breaking. He might find him. DeVault. Wow, look at the weight on that pass. DeVault walking in on his backhand and a save made by Pizzatola. Great effort by him today. 6'11", tallest goalie I've ever seen. Back comes Schumann. Big pad save all the way out to the blue line. Another try, another pad save. Third try over the top of the net on a slapper from Karathowski. Or excuse me, make that Gavin Bickford with the try. Loose to the near side boards. Fired through the middle of the slot. Hennick will pick it up and throw it off the boards out to center ice. Puck lofted to center. Ripped into the corner. First one to it. It's going to be Thorpe for Siena. Kept in at the point. Knuckling shot that hits somebody on its way through. Off the stick of Zaverdis. Egri. Lost behind the net with one of his teammates, and the Engineers do clear it out to center. Thorpe fanned on the dump-in try. Second effort. We'll throw it over to Zaverdis. He swats it around. Stick handle there by Kevin Wylot. Fed back into the Siena zone, where backing up with it is Michael Betts. Stolen away by Mannion, trying to feed it out in front. Picked up by Wylot, who just wraps it right back around behind the goal. Mannion avoids the check from Betts, and in doing so, leaves the puck there in the corner. Mannion once more. Gives it off to Smith, who gives it back to Mannion. 5-on-5 hockey here. 6-0 is the RPI lead. It's been that way since 2:21 of the second period. Back to the point from first. Shot comes. It's blocked into the air and shot towards the near wall. Out to center. Corralled there. And by Zaverdis. Now we have an icing call on RPI. 7:06 to go in the third period. 6-0 game. Richardson a hat trick. DeVault has 2. Sam Mannion the other. He also has an assist. 2 goals and an assist for Mannion today. Game's kind of been in cruise control. Here comes Richardson. Stick handling, backhands one, and he scores! Tanner Richardson make it 4 for number 4. And it's a 7-0 RPI lead. Mannion picks up the assist, so he has a 4-point game. And as I mentioned, a 4-goal game for Richardson, who came in with no goals on the season. Did have 3 assists, however, or does. Now he's got 4 goals to go along with those 3 assists. Shot from the point was blocked down. Back to the point once more. That one hit bodies in front. Olivieri over to pick it up. And now DeVault trying to find Hennick, who is breaking out of the zone, but there's an Engineer that went down and lost his glove. Looks like he hurt his hand. Did he get skated on? Ugh. DeVault in pain as he heads back to the bench. He lost his glove and his stick. And I'm not sure what happened to him after that, but he's over by the bench area. Fanning on the pass there was Holman. Goes back to pick it up. 5:45 left in this one. Niemi's shot. That was great in Niemi. Blocked away by Egri. Once again, McCrudden. And now Hennick. Giroux through center all the way down. No icing. Hewitt. Glove save on the try by Wolmer. Played around. Rooney throws it towards the net. Deflected wide off the stick of Foster. Daly trying to clear it out far side. Foster breaks it up. Loose in the zone. Steered in by the stick of Nick Watkins. Watkins trying to chase it down, but no. Played out to center. Bit behind the intended target, but a good job to corral it. Move it into the zone. That's Gannon. Shot comes from a tight angle. Still loose there. Poked at. Scramble for the puck. And it'll be covered up by Egri. 4:13 to go in the third. 7-0 Engineers. 5 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Richardson has scored the last 2 goals in the game and 3 the last 4. 4 in total. Looking to break out, it's Richardson. And we get a whistle here, 4:01. Puck in the corner, 3:19 to go. Into the zone, broken up nicely there. At the far side by Zaverdis. And now behind the net. Kicks it to himself. That was Bickford. Shot right on and an easy save there for Egri, who's been solid so far this evening. 2:14 away from the shutout. That's really the only mystery left in this one. Shot in deep. Hewitt picks it up. 1:13 to go. One minute left. 7-0 is the RPI score. Off the backboard now, back to the point. Shot there, loose of the side of the cage, diving play. Still working hard with 5 seconds left to deny the goal at the back post. That will do it for this one. It was basically over. After that solid first period, the Engineers jumped all over the Saints. Another shutout for Austin Egri. They're probably going to want me to come back more often. This is the 2 games I've called for this ACHA group. It was the 2-0 win over Vermont in the opener. Now a 7-0 win over Siena. Engineers take the season series and the home and home with the Saints. 4-2 last night, 7-0 tonight. 4-goal game for Tanner Richardson. What a showing for him, as the Engineers will claim this one by that 7-0 margin. Sam Mannion, a goal and 3 assists on the day for him. He was solid as well. And some chances there to add to that total. But as it is, it's a win. Everybody here at RPI TV would like to thank you for watching tonight's game. Once again, your final score is RPI 7 and Siena 0. This has been a production of RPI ACHA Hockey on RPI TV.